Thank you for watching another episode of Devar Malchus Royal Words of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. This from 1991, as they blessed the month of a month of Elul, as it was on the 23rd of Menachem Av. This from Shabbos Torah Parsha Eikev. Here we go on page 59. Standing presently on Shabbos, which blesses the month of Elul, which is called the month of evaluation, being that it is the last month of the year in which everyone must take a soul search, namely a righteous evaluation of godly service throughout the past year. It is a fitting time to reflect upon general content of a soul search and service this should arouse by a Jew, and since the unique occurrence of Rosh Chodesh, namely which day of the week it occurs, is also by divine providence, is precisely so we can learn a lesson in the evaluation of Elul also from the fact that 2 days of Rosh Chodesh Elul, the Rosh head, which includes leads the whole month, is in the day of the Holy Shabbos, and the next day, first day of the week, as we said, the blessing for the new month. The Shabbos which blesses Elul this year occurs on the Parshas Torah, Parshas Eikev. Just say this, our calendar year layout may be a little bit different this year in 5785, not 5751. Since the month of Elul is the month of evaluation, the culmination of service the whole year, therefore it includes in it the intention and purpose of the general service of man to serve his Creator throughout the year, as alluded to the acronym of Elul Ani, or Aleph Ani, I am, Li, Dodi, for my beloved, Dodi, and my beloved Li is for me. Indeed, this general content of the service of man, that his content I shall connect and unite with Hashem, my beloved, and this union in 2 ways. I am for my beloved the arousal of the service of a Jew from below to above, in a manner of an arousal of the below, that one is drawn to the content to and connect with Hashem through his service in the realm of Torah and commandments. And my beloved is for me the drawing forth and assistance from above, from Hashem to the Jewish people, from above to below, in a manner of an arousal from above. And the order of service is that first comes the aspect of I am for my beloved, and afterward my beloved is for me, not in the order of indifferent. First my beloved is for me and I am for him, for the arousal of above, and afterward arousal from below, as in regard to the order of the godly service in the month of Nisan, since in this order of service the purpose and foundation of all matters is expressed, namely the first and foremost comes the service from below to above, the service of I, to one's own power, that one should not wait. There is an Isura de Laila, an arousal from above, rather that he, I, from his own initiative rouses to unite with my beloved, the Holy One, blessed be he, as is known that the intention and purpose of the creation of man and the descent of the soul below into this physical world, as well as the ultimate perfection of the pleasure of the person as was established by Hashem, is that what he receives shall not be for free, not earned, not merely bread of shame, including even not receiving matters as present from above, as known, saying by my revered father-in-law the Rebbe, by the Hasidim, there is nothing that comes automatically. Rather, one should earn this through his own service. And in the words of our sages, if one says, I have not exerted efforts and I succeeded, don't believe him. If one says, I exerted efforts and I succeeded, believe him. But if one says, if one says, I have not exerted effort and succeeded, don't believe him. But if one says, I exerted effort and I succeeded, believe him. And simply that this is the nature of all people, even non-Jews, and especially Jews, and most certainly when they do their service with extra effort above their nature and what they are used to, namely the level of Ovid Elohim, one who continuously works on oneself. And through this, the aspect I have for my beloved, the arousal from below, one brings about the phenomena of my beloved is for me, the arousal of above and drawing forth for the godliness of above to below. This means that although there to be an arousal from below We receive empowerment and assistance from heaven, as explained, especially regarding the month of Elul, when the 13 attributes of mercy are revealed. And an analogy of the king is in the field in a manner of arousal from above, and from this we have the power and service of I am for my beloved in the month of Elul. Nevertheless, in the month of Elul, the month of evaluation and the general service of the year, the emphasis is on the ultimate of the general service of man, which begins with I am for my beloved, and subsequently, and my beloved is for me, since the approach of a Jew and the whole year, even when he stands at the completion of the service of the last month of the year, following the service in the previous 11 months, must be that he should not rely on arousal from above. Rather, first and foremost, that the main thing is his own service from the initiative of the below, correlating to the fact that the main service of Elul is during the weekdays, the field specifically, and through this and afterwards one brings about the aspect of my beloved is for me, and this aspect of my beloved is I am for my beloved constitutes the ultimate purpose of all matters, and even the completeness of the arousal from above, specifically when it is an outcome of the service of a Jew through his own efforts, which through this the arousal from above is initialized by below, to the extent that, moreover, through the arousal from below to even higher arousal from above, and my beloved is for me, is drawn forth in comparison to the arousal that comes from above before the service. And to add that this concept is alluded to in the fact that the first letter of Elul, alluding to the word Ani, I, is the letter Aleph, the first of the 22 letters of the Torah, belonging to the first letter of the alphabet. It represents the first and lowest level at the beginning of all letters in order of lower to higher, whose numerical value is 1, and from this we ascend afterwards from lower to higher, from easy to hard to the letter base, whose numerical value is 2 times as much, and afterward Gimel 3 times as much, and so forth, level after level, until the letter Sav, the end and culmination of the letters, which represents ultimate perfection, 400. On the other hand, the letter Aleph is the beginning and head of all 22 letters of the Torah, which the world was created, and everything in the world is derived from it. And in the godly service, as alludes to the service by efforts of below on his own, I am for my beloved, which begins with the I below, and then afterward ascends from below to above, from easy to hard, and this becomes the beginning and foundation of all matters, even the revelation of from above, and beloved is for me. Since below aspects I am for my beloved and my beloved is for me are included in the acronym of Elul, the month of evaluation, it makes sense to say that more specifically there are aspects in the service and soul search of every Jewish people in the month of Elul, both the aspect of I am for my beloved, a service from below to above, as well as the aspect of and my beloved is for me, a service from above to below, even though in general I am for my beloved denotes the service of man, and my beloved is for me denotes the revelation from above. And since Hashem desires that all revelations and affluxes from above should be drawn forth through a service below, similar to the revelations, we may say that through the service of a Jew, including in it service similar to the aspect of and my beloved is for me, a service in a manner of above to below, this is a vessel to draw forth the aspect of and my beloved is for me in the simple sense, and the arousal from above of all the revelation of Hashem to the below. And we say that these two aspects in the month of Elul, I am for my beloved and my beloved is for me, are alluded to in the 2 days of Rosh Chodesh Elul, being that Rosh Chodesh Elul is the present time, always has 2 days, since the month Menachem Av is always a full month, having 30 days. And in the words of the verse, and on the heads of your month, in plural, the Zohar explains how many heads does the lunar months have. Rather, heads means 2. Each and every month there are either 2 days of Rosh Chodesh or 2 aspects of 1 day of Rosh Chodesh, and especially that it is emphasized in the days upon Rosh Chodesh Elul occurs this year on the holy Shabbos and the first day of the week, Sunday. The first day of the week and the day of Shabbos allude to and represent 2 orders and tallies of time. The first day in the beginning of the tally of the days of the week from lower to higher, the Shabbos represents a tally of the order from higher to lower, as this was the beginning of creation on the first Sunday of the work of creation, and the first Shabbos on the first day of the work of creation, being that the creation and tally of time and the days of the week from lower to higher, from the first day and the second day, the third day until the 6th day and the 7th day. So it repeats itself in every first day of the week that we start counting anew. Today is the first day, similar to the first day of the week, and the counting of the gradial gradual, orderly fashion from lower to higher represents itself in the same pattern from the first day until the day of Shabbos, and the eating and completeness of the day of Shabbos is brought about through the service in the 6 days of the week. As our sages say, whoever toils on the day preceding Shabbos shall eat on Shabbos. In addition, there is a second order and tally from higher to lower, even though the existence of time is a creation, meaning that the time was created in the first month of the first day of the work of creation. Nevertheless, it says in the sacred books that before the creation, which took place during the 6 days of creation, there was a Shabbos, as is known that even before the creation of time, there was something similar to the concept of time, a time sequence before the creation of time, and the day of Shabbos before the time of the 6 days of creation. Bless all the 7 days of creation, all of the time forever, which this is in order of time from above to below. From Shabbos completeness is drawn bracha, drawing forth in the following 6 days, and similar regarding every Shabbos, which from it is blessed all the days. And just as this is the tally of the days, similarly is the difference between the first day of the week and the Shabbos and the contents of their godly service on the first day of the week, beginning the routinely service of the weekdays in an order of from easy to hard, from below to above, beginning with the first day of the week, the easiest service, and after this we ascend to a more difficult service on the second day, in which the concept of division quarrel was created, and afterward the service on the following day until the completeness of the service of the 6th day, the day of creation, the first of man, as well as the perfection of the day of Shabbos, and he completed on the 6 days the heaven and the earth and all its legions, whereas the service of the day of Shabbos is in a manner of above to below, already has a start in the manner of perfection and pleasure, eating fatty meat and old wine, and from this a power is drawn forth from above to below, from it is blessed into the days of the week following it. And we say that similarly there are these two tallies and orderly routines in the service of man, for being that Bereshit, the creation, is for the Jewish people. All aspects of creation, including these aforementioned orders in time, exist for and are in the service of the Jewish people, namely the tally from below to above, which begins from the first day of the week leading up to Shabbos, and the tally from above to below, which begins immediately from Shabbos and blesses the 6 days before it. A Jew is comprised of two parts, a soul and a body. His soul is a part of Hashem from above, mamish literally, meaning that even in the world of tangibility, mamish literally tangible, in the physical world of Asiya, it is a part of God from above, and his body, which is dust from the ground. Man is composed of dust. You are dust. To the dust you shall return. Dust refers to the concept of self-nullification, and my soul shall be like dust to all the aspects, all the preparation of to dust to all, in the preparation of all, has a soul and a body to complete fashion. This is most certainly so, since even my soul shall be like dust to all, how much more so one's body. From one's body perspective, dust from the ground, which dust the earth was created on the first day of creation. The service of refining the body must be in order, gradual fashion from below to above, from easy to hard, from the level of you are dust, you should ascend level after level above higher spiritual level, and this constitutes the main service and routine service of man. However, from the perspective of one's soul, and a Jew has the capability to do his service in a manner from above to below, not going in the order of from easy to hard, rather from right from the start. He does his service with the ultimate perfection in a Shabbos-like manner, heavenly work, since even being a soul and a body in the world of tangibility is a part of Hashem from above, connected with heaven up high. A heavenly Jew, this has the ability and must request of himself the perfect service of the start, including great things and wonders to the extent of the perfection of the day, which all Shabbos and rest for life everlasting. And when we say that these are the two aspects of I am for my beloved and below from below to above, and my beloved is for me from above to below, which are also alluded to the days upon which Rosh Chodesh Elul occurs this year on the day of Shabbos and Sunday. Again, this is referring to a different year, not our year 5786. Please make note. Says that which expresses that general content of the soul search which a Jew must make of his service through the days of the year, that his service every single day, both, and when we say that this are the two aspects of I am for my beloved and my beloved to above, and my beloved for me, as above to below, which were also alluded to in the days in which Rosh Chodesh Elul occurring this year, on the days of Shabbos and Sunday, days which express the general content of the soul search which a Jew must make of his service throughout the days of the year. That is, his service every single day, both in the weekdays as well as the days of Shabbos and the holy day. There must be both orders. One, a service in an orderly, gradual fashion from below to above, and this must be even on the Shabbos and holidays, even on the days that come once a year, Yom Kippur and Simchas Torah, when we are at a service above confines and limits, as emphasized in the fact that all the days of our year, even the Shabbos day and holidays, are continued according to the tally of the days of the week from below to above, Sunday, Monday, as we say in the song of the day, and these days, and we offer the Talmud sacrifice, which is brought every day, also then on holidays. And on the other hand, number 2, every day, even in the weekdays, there must be extended from the soul of a person's service from above to below, similar to the service of Shabbos, like the exposition of the school of Shammai on the verse, remember the Shabbos day to sanctify it, meaning that you should remember it from the first day of the week, that if you come across a good portion, you should prepare it for Shabbos, like the practice of Shammai the elder, that all the days he would eat in honor of Shabbos House. So if he would find a nice animal, he would take it, he'd say, this is for Shabbos. Then if he would find a nicer one, then he would say, it is designated fit for a Shabbos. This means that also each of the weekdays he was permitted with to perform service similar to the complete service of Shabbos, whereas Hillel had a different virtue, namely that he would say, blessed is Hashem who provides us needs on a daily basis, the order of service from below to above, and regards the Jewish people as a whole. These two aspects are difference between Yashar, Issachar, and Zevulun. One representing the master of Torah, which their main service is Torah authority, and the aspect of Shabbos is service from above to below. Zevulun represents businessmen whose main service is the performance of the commandments, which are vested in physical things, and the ways of nature, which are associated with business transaction work of the weekday, which is order from below to above, Sunday, Monday, etc. Among the 2 days of Rosh Chodesh Elul this year, Shabbos and Sunday, the main day is the second day of Rosh Chodesh, Sunday, when the days of the month Elul begin to be counted, whereas the first day of Rosh Chodesh Shabbos is the 13th day of the month of Menachem Av, as this expresses itself also in the fact that on the second day of Rosh Chodesh Elul, most matters and the customs of the month of Elul begin, like the daily blowing of the shofar, and only very few things begin on the first day of Rosh Chodesh. And when we say the reason for this is correlation with the days of Rosh Chodesh which occur this year, just as in the general concept of I am for my beloved and my beloved is for me, the initiation of the main aspect is I am for my beloved and the service of below, and afterward comes the manifestation from above as explained above. Likewise, this is also regarding the service of man itself, that the main and fundamental aspect I am for my beloved, the service from below to above, extended from the body of a Jew, which is from the dust, and afterwards, and in addition to this comes the aspect of, and my beloved is for me, the service from above to below, extended from this soul, and furthermore the complete power to be able to do the service of, and my beloved is for me. The revelation of the soul comes specifically through the aspect of I am for my beloved, as we will explain. And similar in the tally of time, the main tally of the days is from Sunday only. In addition to this, there is a concept of Shabbos before the creation. And in correlation with this, the second day of Rosh Chodesh, the main one of the 2 days of the Rosh Chodesh Elul, occurs on the first day of the week, since this expresses the beginning and main evaluation in the month of Elul, the service of I am for my beloved from below to above, the concept of Sunday only, since this is an evaluation which includes all aspects of service. It includes in it also the service of and my beloved is for me, as alluded to in the first day of Rosh Chodesh Elul, on the day of the Holy Shabbos, which its concept is the service from above to below. The explanation of this is we set routinely services of man is the service of I am for my beloved from below to above, since being that Hashem desired to have a dwelling for himself, blessed be he. In the lowest realm, the service must be in accordance with the confines of the lowest realms and the laws of nature which Hashem set in this world, the lowest realm to run by in a manner of we must go to the success from below to above and from easy to hard. And regarding Torah study, a boy 5 years old begins studying the scriptures, 10 years old begins studying the Mishnah, and according to this outcome comes out that although the service of making a dwelling in the lowest realms is accomplished both through the service from below to above as well as for service from above to below, however, it is more emphasized in the service from below to above in accordance with the confines of lower realms. And notwithstanding the fact that a Jew has a soul which is from the upper realms, literally a part of Hashem from above, which gives him the power for the service from above to below, is explained earlier how Hashem sent the soul below to be vested in a physical body which is from the lowest realms, dust from the ground, is in this low world which there is no lower than it. And Hashem did this since this comprises the ultimate intention of all masters, that a Jew, a soul in a body, shall make a dwelling for him, blessed be he, in the lowest realm. And therefore the main and routinely service of a Jew consists of a service with his soul as it is vested in a body, service within him, within the ways of nature in correlation with the confines of the physical body, in correlation with the confines of the physical body and the natural world, the service from below to above, I am for my beloved, and also the service of and my beloved is for me, drawing down from above to below. The service of reeling the soul must be not in a manner that is in removed from physical world, rather in a manner of drawing down from above to below, and my beloved is for me, in the beginning of the person and body. And according to this we may say the reason for why the main tally of the time of the Jewish people is for the first day of the week, from seemingly since the creation of man was on the 6th day of week, and every person is likely to the first man, which is therefore man was created single, which indeed then the phenomenon of and Hashem, O God, formed man from the dust of the ground, however, is in the manner of he blew into his nostrils a soul of life, literally a part of God from above, being that this is so. The tally of the time of man should be from the 6th day of the week. The 6th day, this is the beginning of your creation, should be the first day of the week, only since the purpose of creation is to make a dwelling in the lowest realms, in the lowest of which there is no lower than it. Therefore the service must begin not with the completeness of service of the 6th day, after the completeness of the entire correlation, or rather creation, and God show all that he made, and behold, it was very good, and everything is completely ready in order that he, the man, can enter the feast immediately, rather from the most lowest, from the easiest to the hard, from below to above, and on the contrary, specifically in the lowest realms, the dwelling for him, blessed be he, for him, for his essence is brought into fruition, similar to how this is regarding the creating of the creation, that the power of the true existence Hashem is manifested specifically in the created being, and he alone has the power and ability to create something from nothing. And similarly we may regard the soul and body and the complete revelation of the part of God from above, literally, and he blew into his nostrils of a soul of life, which gives the power for a Jew to do his service with ultimate perfection in a manner of and my beloved is for me, from above to below, is revealed specifically in the soul as it is clothed in a body below in the world of tangibility, and through this service from below to above, I am for my beloved in accordance to the confines of the body, similar to the phenomenon of everything came from dust, even the globe of the sun, the moon, and the stars, the legions of heaven. And in a similar vein we can say in regarding to the body which was made from the dust, since in him, the created beings, there is the power of essence of God, the true existence. Therefore, though it, the vesting of the soul in the body, all things are drawn forth, even the lofty matters of heaven above, which all come from his essence, blessed be he. And specifically through the service of the elevating the below and lowest, the body, the greatest elevation is accomplished even in the most highs, and part of Hashem above, literally, as known analogy for this of the weighing of the mountains with scales, that the evaluation of the lofty matters is accomplished specifically through evaluating the lowest realms. According to the above explained, it is understood the content of the accounting and service of the month of Elul as expressed in its acronym I am for my beloved and my beloved is for me is comprised of three aspects: the service of I am my beloved and my beloved is for me, and the combination of both of them together in one word and 1 month. Elul, I am for my beloved, is the service of a man in refining the lowest realms of the body from below to above and from easy to hard, which although the person attains the revelation of my beloved only as it is limited in correlation with the meager arousal from below, which is drawing down in it, which is drawing it down and confines of this world of the Ani I below the level of Anochi I said in a external manner. It however has the advantage that it comes through his own service and it permeates him internally. And my beloved is for me is accomplished through the service of a Jew, similar to the concept of manner of drawing down below from above, accomplished through the revealing one's soul, which is a perfect part of God above, literally, which is a part of Hashem of above, literally, which although this doesn't permeate the lowest realms that much as through the service of below to above, since this comes through a revelation of above, however, it reaches a higher level of the revelation of godliness, and my beloved is for me is comparison to the relation of my beloved in the service of I am for my beloved. And the complete perfection is when we have the unification of both aspects, I am for my beloved and my beloved is for me, together, that the level of godliness, my beloved, which is higher than I, the existence of the person below, is revealed in the initial fashion in the I, in the confines of the lowest realms, until they become literally one thing with no division between them, through the revelation of the essence of Hashem, which transcends the aspects of below and above below, which is revealed specifically in through the I, the physical being of this world, as spoken above. The complete revelation of I and my beloved is for me, the revelation of the part of Hashem from above, literally, including the revelation from the true existence, his existence, blessed be he, is accomplished and revealed specifically through and in I am for my beloved, the service of the created existence and the physical existence of the world of Asiya, which a person on his own, the beginning of the service, goes in order the service would be below to above, the processing the spiritual world of Asiya to Yitzira Bria, and then Atzilus afterward. However, afterward, through the service of I am for my beloved, bringing afterward the service of and my beloved is for me, and above and from above to below,